Hi everyone, I'm Bianca Jordan, immigration lawyer at Brazen Legal, where I help immigrants get green cards every day. If you'd like our assistance with your immigration case, you can call, text, or WhatsApp our office at 508 942 7497. Today's video is to provide you with an update as to what is happening with consular processing. For those of you who are getting your green card through consular processing, or if you're trying to apply for a visitor's visa or a fiancé visa or any type of other visa. I believe the last time I provided you with an update was maybe in March of 2021. I do have some new information, so I wanted to share that with you at this time. First, it's important to know that there is a really long backlog. It is not in your head. You're not seeing things. There is an extremely long backlog. Back in February or March, I believe that I told you that we had about 500,000 immigration cases that were ready for interview, but they were backlogged due to COVID-19, due to the Trump administration's executive order last year. So there have been a lot of factors in everyone's cases. And I think at this point now, we've got at least 600,000 pending cases, if not more, that are ready to be scheduled for an interview. So really quickly, I just want to provide you with a quick summary or a recap as to what happens with the consular process, especially for people that are applying for green cards. So if you're applying for a green card through the consular process, once that I-130 is approved, it goes to the National Visa Center in New Hampshire, where you will need to then file your green card application, your affidavit of support, upload the supporting documentation, and wait for the National Visa Center to process your case. A couple months ago, the National Visa Center started sharing with people that their case has been ready, and once they're ready for interview, they will let them know. So that is still happening. So once the National Visa Center is done processing your case, your application status will switch to ready, and then you will receive an email saying that your case is ready for interview, and you will receive more communication with next steps as to how to schedule your interview and your medical. The National Visa Center, however, cannot send your case to the embassy until the embassy lets them know that it is okay. So that is where a huge backlog is, because the embassies pre-COVID had a staffing issue where they didn't have enough people working the cases, and then COVID-19 came and made that a little bit harder. And then we had the executive order. So everything right now is a mess in immigration, so we do encourage people to just be patient. But that is one of the things that is happening. National Visa Center is still processing cases, but even if they're done, they're not able to just send them to the embassies unless and until the embassy tells them that it is okay and they're ready to do so. There are some embassies are working such that they're trying to see if consular officers can go from one consular office to another one. For example, if one consulate office has a lot of officers, but they maybe don't have the workload, but another post is struggling, they might be able to send someone from one post to another post to work those. Similarly, embassies tend to work on green card applications, whereas consulates tend to work on non-immigrant visa applications, such as your visitor's visa or your fiance visa or student visa, things like that. So they are working to see if consulates would be able to start taking on some of the workload to see if we can get some of these immigrant visa or green card applications processed a little bit faster. For a lot of people, you can expect to wait about 6 months to a year before you're contacted for an interview because, again, we've got this huge workload, we've got this huge caseload of cases that need to be processed and that need to be sent to the embassy. So a lot of people are going to have to wait a really long time before they are contacted for their interviews. That does not mean that you should not apply for your green card now. Definitely get that green card application going, especially if you need to go through consular processing, because the longer you wait to start, obviously the longer you'll wait to get your interview. The National Visa Center and the embassies did start to schedule people for interviews back in April 2021, and those interviews are slated to begin in June 2021 as they're working with a 60-day window, so do keep that in mind as well. There is a visa interview waiver process for people that want to try to get their visas renewed without an interview. For example, if you have a visa such as an H-1B visa or a J-1 visa, not a visitor's visa, that has expired in the last 4 years, you might be able to have that interview waived, and they will explain the process of what documents you need to send to them so that you can get that visa renewed without having to go to an interview. This does not apply, though, if you are currently in the United States. It only applies to people who are not in the United States. Also, it is possible to request an expedite of your interview. For example, if it's a really life or death dire situation, it is possible to request that your interview be expedited. However, it's not guaranteed. But generally speaking, once a case is ready at the National Visa Center, then it's possible for you to request an interview expedite, but again, not really guaranteed. Despite this backlog, one thing that I would suggest that you do, if you have a case that is at the National Visa Center, please be sure to contact the National Visa Center and or log into your account at least once a year. Otherwise, your case can be closed, and to reopen your case can take some time. It can take 6 months to a year or longer if they even agree to reopen your case. When they send you the email or the letter that says that a case has been created for you at the National Visa Center, that same letter tells you that you must log into your system and or contact the National Visa Center at least once a year so that they don't close their case. Because if you don't do that, they will close your case. I've seen it happen, and I've had clients who have been waiting almost 10 years for their green card have to start all over again because they did not log into their case. If you have a case that is really, really old, I would suggest that you contact the National Visa Center just in case when you try to log in, it doesn't count. I know I threw a lot of information at you, but I hope you found this video very helpful. Please visit brazenlegal.com to learn more about me and my law firm and how I can help you with your green card case. And if you're not already doing so, please follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching.